Good day, YouTube viewers and American voters. This message is for all of you. For those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Gary Lamb, and I'm a father and a husband and a newly Trumper in 2016. I should say 2020 because I really didn't trust him in 2016, but I definitely didn't trust Hillary. That's for sure. In 2020, I went viral on a video entitled Message to Tim Pool. And I got a flood of subscribers that you would not believe. Some loving, wholesome people. And I began to work diligently to reveal information that I believe that the American voter should know. Stuff about BLM, stuff about Antifa, stuff about the Biden laptop, stuff about COVID. Hell, I even got a shirt made for COVID. And for the life of me, I couldn't understand why I couldn't get my information out. I mean, people kept saying, you're shadow banned, you're shadow banned, you're shadow banned. And I didn't want to believe that. I was like, nah, there's got to be something else. So I would pivot and pivot and pivot and pivot, trying to dodge the YouTube censorship, not knowing that's what I was dodging, right? I was just trying to do what was right for what the channel was, or should I say the platform was telling me to do. And I was able to successfully dodge them long enough to not get my channel banned or get deplatformed or whatever. Like I've seen a lot of conservative talking points go through. Like, you know, I can't even name them all. There's so many of them. There was a bunch of us on YouTube back then just trying to get the word out to the American people so they can make a clear and precise decision about their candidate. And now with this Mark Zuckerberg conversation going on through the internet, which I'm seeing go viral, people are shocked. People are amazed that our government would do such a thing. Well, I lost everything behind this. Everything. My wife and I, we was homeless for like 2 years. I was sleeping on my mother's mattress. We moved to Oklahoma, and thank God we had some very good people, very, very good people, loving people who helped us get back on our feet temporarily. One of them gave me a job until he got ill, and another one gave me room and board for me and my children. And this whole time I still believe that I can win this thing at YouTube, right? I can do this thing. Like the truth needs to be told. The truth needs to be told. And if you followed me, you can see how many times I pivoted on my channel. I went from political to relationships to courtroom, from courtroom to true crime, from true crime back to relationship, and from relationship back to politics. And the only real reason why I went back to politics is because they tried to kill Trump. And then I see that Mark Zuckerberg say that he actually was contacted by the Biden administration and encouraged to demote certain information under the name of disinformation. I remember the first time I heard that word, and I was looking at, I remember I was talking to one of my boys, Hood Conservative. Shout out to Hood Conservative, who has been hit hard by this too. And I was like, dude, we can't talk about any of this. And he's like, yeah, it's like, we can't talk about any of this. We can't tell any truths. We can't bring any information forward because all they'll do is snuff the video and possibly deplatform you like they did to the Black Conservative Patriot. He was deplatformed. We don't know why. I mean, I'm pretty sure he would love to know the real reason why he was deplatformed, especially after all this information coming out with Zuckerberg and Biden administration. But I held on to my channel. I held on to it. I didn't jump ship. I held on it. I wanted to. There was plenty of times that I wanted to, but I just held on to it. I just felt to hold on to my channel because I might need it one day. And I did everything I could. Like I said, I dumped everything into my channel. And I remember saying it on that truck. I said, if Biden gets into office, I don't know what I'm going to do because he's going to destroy the country. And that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did. His policies are horrible. The moment he had a chance, he turned off our energy, started going back to making wars happen. He blundered over billions and billions of dollars of equipment. He had people have lost their lives behind this man, this administration. And it was people like you who have to pay the cost. While he has his son running around the world doing God knows what, knowing damn well his ass should be in jail. That man should be in jail, ladies and gentlemen. We have men and women in jail for January 6th, and Hunter is still free. We're talking about tourists that walked in, that was escorted into that building by guards, taking pictures and snapshots, still in jail for this. We were trying to reveal this BLM riot crap. We was trying to reveal how they had fake news. I remember a friend of mine being stuck. I was watching his stream. He was stuck in that hotel on January 6th. Many of you who were stuck in that hotel that's probably watching this, you're probably crying right now because it was so alarming, because you had to go to the bathroom. I remember the day. I remember how there was not one restaurant that will allow you to go to the bathroom, but they'll allow you to buy food, but you wasn't allowed to go to the bathroom. And then somebody walking down the street saying, hey, they got a bathroom at the hotel, they got a bathroom at this hotel, they got a bathroom at this hotel. They're letting people use the hotel, and as soon as you go in there, they shut the doors on you. A friend of mine who was down there was streaming. That's how I know this. He was streaming. He was one of the ones that went to that bathroom. And he had a press card, but he wasn't allowed to go out there while they're sitting out there with their fake news saying everything's fine as long as you have a press pass, you can come outside. Lies. Lies, guys. And all I could do is just sit back and watch this happen and know nothing I say is going to be heard. I watched this whole thing unfold for the last 4 years. And now we have proof, real, documented proof, that Biden interfered in this election. Or at least I should say Biden administrator, because we don't know if it was Biden. It was probably, I don't know. I don't want to be shut down for misinformation, because you know how YouTube is. So let me strike that from the record and say, whomever Zuckerberg is talking about in this letter, they're responsible. And they need to be held responsible. Because People lost their livelihood, man. BLM destroyed people's lives, man. Antifa destroyed people's lives. There are patriots that have lost their lives. Security guards shooting patriots in the face. Nothing happens to them. I watched it all, guys. I watched the whole thing. And it didn't matter how much I lost friends behind this. I'm like, guys, you don't know what's going on. Well, I watched the news. Yeah, cause the fake news, you mean the ones that they put in front of you? Yeah, you watch that. That's because you can't see the real stuff. My God, it's like being in an illusion. To wake up one day and hear the CEO of Facebook say, yeah, I did it. And can only wonder if YouTube was a part of that. I mean, we can guesstimate, but who can really sue YouTube? I don't have the money to sue YouTube. My God, I don't have enough money to pay my freaking internet bill this month. Like, I'm really stuck. Because I devoted everything I had into this YouTube channel. To now hear that what our suspicions was for so many years were accurate. You can see how I was getting 300, 400,000 views per video, and it went all the way down to maybe 300, 400 views a video. Now, yeah, maybe it's because my content sucks. I mean, I couldn't stay consistent because every time I tried to do something or talk about something that I knew was newsworthy, YouTube would put a rule around it. Well, you can't talk about YouTube. You can't talk about COVID because it might be misinformation. They put that freaking thing under your video saying, if you want to know more information about COVID, if you want to know more information about the election, if you want to know information, they will put all these stupid things under your video, basically saying that this is where you go to get your real information. When we all know the truth. You've been had, America. You've been had. You've been lied to. You've been sucker punched. Now we don't know who's in our country. We don't know who's really at fault in this thing. Yeah, we can point to Biden, but how do you really know? Who's really in charge of this thing? And that's the person we need to find. But trust me when I tell you, you'll never figure out who he is or she. You'll never figure it out. Because by the time you get through all his minions, he'd be long gone. Untouchable. You don't have enough money to get to him. Or her. Because we don't really know who this person is that's behind this demise of our country. But I have good news. We can still get back our country. We can bring our country back to the glory that it once was. Respected. Appreciated. But it's going to take all hands on deck, guys. Democrat and Republican alike. Because I know one thing about America, we don't like being lied to. And that's what they did. They manipulated your vote by hiding information that was vital for you to make your decision. And like many Americans who lost their livelihood through this COVID lockdown. BLM burning out their stores. People lost their lives. Lost their lives. Behind this corruption, someone must pay for it. I was fortunate. All I did was get thrown out of my house. I can rebuild. But what about the men and women who lost their lives? What about them, Biden administration? How deep does this rabbit hole go?